The song discussed in today's episode contains sexually explicit lyrics. Listen at your own discretion. It is Wednesday, the 7th of August, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my Song of the Day. So, yesterday was episode 100. Today is episode 101. And I immediately was like, well, I'm sure there are songs that have 101 in the title as like a reference, like doing a class on something, like, orientation 101, whatever. And then the first thing into my head was Straight In at 101 by Los Campesinos. I was like, that's not what that title's about, but it's got 101 in it, so good enough. And then I listened to it again and I was like, man... I don't know how much I actually have to say. And then I read the lyrics again and was like, oh my god, this song is such a thing. That's the song we're talking about today. Los Campesinos are a Welsh band. I discovered them a few years ago with their song The Sea is a Good Place to Think of the Future, which I'll definitely talk about at some point because it's a great song. I think my friend showed it to me. We were both showing each other a lot of music back and forth when I briefly lived with him when I was between houses, and I think that was when he showed it to me. And since then, I've listened to this whole album. The album is called Romance is Boring. It's from 2010. That song, The Sea is a Good Place to Think of the Future, and the song we're talking about today, Straight In at 101, are both on that album. I've listened to this whole album. I haven't listened to their other stuff yet. I really need to, because it's a great album, and I really want to check out their other stuff. But yeah, this song is very sexual. So if you're not into that, maybe skip this one. I'll probably put a warning at the start of the episode as well. But I don't think I need to give any more preamble than that, so let's just listen to it and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. It really gets off at a clip, doesn't it? The way it goes into the... I love that. I love how fast and frantic it is, and then at the end how it just kind of falls apart. Love that. So, this song, according to Genius.com, a tale of failed sexual encounters and a breakup, humorously, jokingly resulting from the narrator's obsession with soccer. Now, naturally, when I first listened to this, I didn't really get too much of a soccer vibe from it because I'm not very intimately familiar with soccer, but that is apparently a canonical thing about it. There is a co-signed by Los Campesinos annotation here that mentions the whole soccer thing, so that's a thing. Anyway, this song is full of just it's just about sex, and really bad sex at that, just full of wild lyrics, and some great wordplay as well. I mean, I enjoy the opening line, which is, I think we need more post-coital and less post-rock. That's a fun joke. Post-coital means after sex, if you don't know. And then, feels like the build-up takes forever, but you never get me off. It's just so... it's clever. His post-rock is like that. Post-rock tends to be very long and drawn out and have big build-ups and stuff, so it's comparing that to bad sex. You never make me come. And then, the second verse does the flip of that with, feels like the build-up takes forever, but you never touch my cock, which actually rhymes better with post-rock. But anyway, let's go through the lyrics properly. I read the first four lines just now. You pull your dress over your face, and I stare down towards my chest, chastise both our greasy hair, wonder whose gut is the softest, stand with my ear to the door, listening to the landing floorboards, working out when we'll be safe to dash from mattress to your bathroom, where I ball my fingers into fists until my knuckles glow bright white, press the heels into eye sockets till I see the flashing lights, stop me when my stories change when they have started to repeat, because last time I was a mess of sleep of icy feet. So, yeah, just this whole thing of this sex not going anywhere, them not coming, and then, talking about taking their clothes off and they're just staring at themselves and kind of wonder whose gut is the softest, mentioning their greasy hair, just not feeling an attraction to each other, really. It doesn't feel very sexual the way it's described here. And then, listening to the landing floorboards, wondering when they can dash from mattress to bathroom. It feels like they're doing this, maybe their parents are home or their housemates or something, and they're wondering when they can leave and go clean themselves up in the bathroom. And then, I ball my fingers into fists until my knuckles glow bright white, just being sexually frustrated and just releasing energy into your hands, right? And then, yeah, a massive sleep of icy feet. I mean, icy feet obviously being an annoying thing in bed, but also could be referencing the idea of cold feet, of not wanting to go through with something. So maybe not wanting to go through with having sex and just sleeping instead, right? And the chorus, so baby, all apologies, it was gonna happen inevitably. And then we get the second verse. I think we need more post-coital and less post-rock. Feels like the build-up takes forever, but you never touch my cock. And what exactly do you mean now by what can you even eat? And how does that affect how I'll get off this evening? So important to note here that Gareth, the lead singer, is a vegan. And so that crack of what can you even eat? It's very not willing to understand like, what can you even eat if you don't eat meat? Like, it's very very standoffish about the whole thing, right? And how does that affect how I'll get off this evening? Like, are you really less attracted to me, or do you think that'll affect my performance in bed because I'm a vegan, right? Then I flew down south to Mexico. I had a minor realization. I understood why kids draw the sun with its rays emanating, and the beams broke the clouds. The sky looked like a concertina. I'd sat on in my pockets for weeks, folded up from a picture. I've been playing straight chicken with gay girls. It's never enough. Okay, hold on. I'm going to stop here. So talking about like going into Mexico and understanding why kids draw the sun with its rays emanating. I mean, just seeing how like bright the sun shines and how hot it is. And like the line here, which really caught my ear the first time I was listening, was I've been playing straight chicken with gay girls, because gay chicken is like a thing of two people. I mean, I've usually seen it with men, but like I'm sure it exists for lesbians as well. But it's this whole thing of like two guys going to kiss each other and then stopping before they kiss because kissing would be gay. And so it's like the aim of the game is to get as close as possible, and whoever shies away first is the loser, right? That's gay chicken. And so he's saying, I've been playing straight chicken with gay girls, as in he's doing that but with a lesbian who wouldn't want to kiss him, as the implication of like that's as close as he gets to kissing someone. It's a very incel-y sort of song. It's a very incel-y sort of lyric, and intentionally so. Like, it's making fun of this kind of person. I've been playing straight chicken with gay girls. It's never enough. It's certainly an image. She keeps on pulling the peace sign, and it seems like a taunt. She licked a glaze on her lips. They shone like battleship gray. She never liked the wisdom I gave. Some people give themselves to a religion. Some people give themselves to a cause. Some people give themselves to a lover. I have to give myself to goals. That's the part here that's supposed to be referring to how like his only passion in life, football, more than religion, more than political causes, more than a lover. He's dedicated to football, and that's why he can't keep it up. Apparently, he should play keepy uppies. So baby, all apologies. It was going to happen inevitably, and if it helps, I mean even slightly at all, best to dust yourself down and get straight back on the horse. So, you know, the like talking about the breakup, you should just move on to someone else as quick as possible, is what he's saying. And then the last bit is the bit I really love, because it slows down so much. It's been so frantic the whole time with the drums, but the drums fade out to the point where it's just him and a few noises. I condescend a smile and wink directly at the camera. I leave you led in both our senses. I tiptoe out the back door. So like condescend a smile and wink directly at the camera is very like breaking the fourth wall, like The Office, you know, kind of saying that he's aware of his situation in a way. I leave you led in both our senses. I tiptoe out the back door, so sneaking out after a one-night stand or whatever. I skid down icy streets and view my face in the reflection of a high street lingerie store, though it wasn't my intention. So like looking at his own reflection and not realizing that it was in like a lingerie store, kind of an ironic moment. I phoned my friends and family to gather round the television. The talking heads count down the most heart-wrenching breakups of all time. Imagine the great sense of waste, the indignity, the embarrassment, when not a single one of that whole century was mine. So here's where we talk about the title. Straight In at 101 is referring to the ways that you'd watch like a TV countdown. They'd like say straight in at number 2. That's kind of how they announce things a lot. I feel like it's very British, but also I've mostly watched British countdown shows. I used to watch like top 50 magic tricks of all time, top 50 comedy moments of all time, and all this. Oh, good old Tommy Cooper. So this bit here is imagining like a countdown on TV of the most heart-wrenching breakups of all time, and he's embarrassed because his isn't even in the top 100. He feels like this is the worst thing that's ever happened to him, and it's not even in the top 100 breakups of all time. That's so sad, and it really underlines the situation, you know, and how much he's kind of playing it up in his head. And I really love the way it's phrased there, and the way he kind of, you know, that whole century was mine. Like, you can really feel the dejection in it. So the implication is that his breakup was straight in at 101. It just missed the 100, right? I do want to point out, by the way, so it mentions the Talking Heads count down the most heart-wrenching breakups of all time. And that's referring to the phrase, referring to people talking on TV as talking heads. And someone on Genius is like, oh, this is clearly a reference to the band The Talking Heads. It's like, no, the Talking Heads took their name from that term. This is not a reference to that band. It wouldn't make any sense here, as much as I love them. Anyway, yeah, really, really good song, really interesting lyrics. I love the framing of it at the end there of that whole like countdown of breakups, and his isn't even on there. Oh, that hurts, you know. Anyway, I don't think I have much. I suppose I haven't said much about the music. It's good. Like, I love the drumming, like I mentioned, the at the start, and it's just very I don't know, it just sounds very good. There's some strings in there that I often forget about that come in the later verses. I do enjoy when those come in, Really nice. And the vocals as well. It's not just Gareth. It's also Alex Berdichevskaya. And yeah, no, it just sounds great. I don't have much to say about the music. It's just a good song. I'll have much more to say about that with The Sea is a Good Place to Think of the Future. But for now, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, hit subscribe, tell other people about this show. We've been through 101 episodes now, and it's all uphill from here, I swear. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
Which really caught my eye. Yes, I heard it with my mind's eye. When Noddle